Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, I went to my local hobby shop and I came back with a new RC car. Now this is a TRX4 Sport, but not just any TRX4 Sport. It is the TRX4 Sport in the new color. The TRX4 Sport comes with full-time lock differentials. Then it has an upgradable single-speed transmission, which can come in quite handy. The Metal Gear digital servo. Then the all-time game changer from Traxxas are the portal axle, and these are upgraded to have less torque twist. Now they show a little picture here and explaining, to the straight axles and the height of the old straight axle to the new axle. Now the portal axles with the 45-degree steering angle, that really makes this car pop. So I think those two together are already such a brilliant upgrade. Then we have a waterproof casing around the receiver. We have the Canyon Trail 1.9 tires, which are very grippy. We have a rigid steel frame, like a ladder chassis frame. Then we have improved geometry. Then we have the the speed controller, which can run up to 3S lipos. Then we have extreme duty, or let's say heavy duty wide rod ends. Then we have aluminium, or aluminum I could also say, GTS shocks, and extreme capability. And according or judging to that 58 degrees, I'm going to be upgrading that to make it more. Let's see how much more I can do. Okay, let's take it out of its box. Let's see if I can get this done with my fingers. Oh, come on. There we go. It's packed in there quite nicely. Number one. Let's get all the other stuff out while we are at it. Alright, nothing left. Okay, let's take it out of its plastic packet. There we go. And oh, the plastics, the new plastics, they just smell so good. That's what nobody tells you. How good the plastics actually do smell. So let's get this off here. Oh, hang on a seckie. Got a couple of pins in it. Take this off. Beautiful shiny body. Lie this on the side here. So there we go. Let's turn it around this way again. Let's not forget about my pins. And voila! Now I've got to actually look inside here because I don't really know exactly what's going on. So the salesman at the shop actually recommended this extension to me. I don't know if I'm going to just cut this off and solder it on there. But at the moment he says this is what I need. So just make sure your plus is on plus, because these you can actually turn around. And that'll just burn everything that's in here. Especially when you're using a lipo. So make sure this is red on red or plus on plus, so that they don't get swapped around by accident. Now the vehicle comes with its own transmitter, but the transmitter, it doesn't have any batteries, which is quite a normal or standard thing. Some vehicles come equipped with the actual lipos or metal hydride batteries for the vehicle and a charger. This one doesn't. So the reason why they did this is because there are so many upgrades or so many different type of lipos or metal hydrides, so the speed controller can run both. You just need to set it. I think the red light would be for a metal hydride and the green light would be the high voltage cutoff for the lipo systems. Now I don't even remember where I put my I especially bought a lipo cell for this. Let me go look for it quickly. I finally found my lipo cell. which is called the ultimate LiPo battery. Maybe that's a bit excessive, but let's see. So I've bought a 3500 3 cell, so 11.1 volts. The clip at the top here, the battery holder, you just slide it out, you can take it up and you can actually twist it around because the hinge here is offset to fit tighter, or like let's say a smaller or a more narrow battery, for instance like this one. So let me put that in there, clip it in, just make sure that this connector that I've got here is red on red, everything seems to be fine. Plug it in, and this is how you switch the car on. You switch the transmitter on and you push the, it's got nothing to do with the receiver, you push the button on the speed controller. Light comes on and we have power. That's what we want. Comes with a couple of decals. Not sure if you need them because it kind of already says TRX4 Sport, and then it has that one here, then it has petrol lids, which it has already. Maybe you can just change those out to make it look more fancy. And these are the mud guards, and then you've got some Traxxas stickers, and I don't really know what that is. So if you know what that is, leave me a comment below. What I'm still going to get, I need another 2 pins. I'm just going to go in here because I know there's a couple of tools in here. There we go. It comes with a set of 4, so you got 6 in total, and some tools that you might be needing. I think I'll be needing these to lift the body up a little bit more because at the moment it's a little bit low. But let me take it out on the trail. Let's see how it does in absolute standard mode. So my first impression is when you pick the car up, it just feels so well put together. It's such a solid rig. And I'm just in luck, it's starting to drizzle. Okay, I'm gonna go the standard trail that we always have been going, so you've got some comparison on how this car does. Let me just see here, 21 turn motor is actually doing a very nice job. The controller is pretty smooth. The reason why I chose this car, I didn't want to have too many gadgets or too many extras to faff around with while I'm on the trail. Also to mention right now, there's nothing happening on that I've changed in terms of ride height or anything. I've left everything the same. So this is actually doing very well, and it's absolute standard out the box version. Running on those rock sliders quite well. I do feel they're a little bit low. That's another thing that I might be changing in the future. Let's just carry on, see how she gets out of that situation. Maybe a little bit of left. Ow, that was quite a lot of diff play or gear play. No, I am scratching the body, not something I wanted to do. Sand is quite loose there. That she's managing. And that 45-degree turn angle is just amazing, very impressive. Coming down. Seems to be just hooked up on that bumper. There we go. Let me try and get the tire more onto the rock so that it catches the rock earlier. Tire placement obviously also on this car is very important. It's going onto the rock slider there, pulling it through quite nicely. Got a bit of body rub. Let's keep going ever so slightly, just touching that trigger, hardly doing anything to that trigger, and she starts moving. Oh, a bit more body rub there. Now I've got to be careful that when I come down the ledge, let's actually check that play in the gear. It does have a bit of play, although when you got it on the table, a bit of a different story. Okay, let me position myself a bit here. Here comes the 45-degree steering angle comes into play, whereby some of my other rigs I wouldn't be able to turn in now, and I might go off that rock, giving me a situation where I might fall over. This one here is going perfectly, pulling the front of the car to the left, and there we have it. As you can see, it is raining. I'm going to go back into the shed to prevent maybe my gimbal from failing. Last test I just want to do is that bumper clearance on the tail, because that's also something I'm starting to think might be a problem. 50% drag brake is on there, so she should just slide off that rock by herself almost. If not, I'll just help her along. Yeah, boom, that's exactly what I was thinking. That bumper definitely needs to be higher up and further in. Oh, there you go. Okay, off to the shed. As I was interrupted by the rain, I already saw on that short run there's a couple of things that I want to change from the stock setting. The bumpers need to go up a little bit. There is a bracket that connects to the chassis in the front, which I'm going to flip around, which will allow the bumper to sit a little bit higher. Same on the back, the bumper needs to go up, and I'm going to take the body posts, lift them to the maximum ride height, or the maximum height, sorry, not ride height. And the other thing is the rock sliders are going to be too low. If the body goes up, I'm going to be adjusting the rock sliders to still fit the body, because the body actually sits in a little groove to prevent the body from rattling or wiggling around. So those are my first impressions. It's a very capable car. Plastics still smell good. One thing I noticed about the tires, they are static and attract a lot of dust. So I've got a wet and dusty car now. But anyway guys, that was it for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm going to put up all the upgrades and changes that I'm going to do in upcoming videos. So click that notification bell, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.